Even at 63 degrees, this isn't fun.
Oh, if you ever, with permission from everyone, um, get like pictures of me teaching or a
Okay.
little video or whatever, it might be good for like
It would be.
advertising. I don't know if you're interested in
I
like,
think,
okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be
I'm
awesome.
happy to do that. I also have someone I might introduce you guys to,
Okay.
who does my marketing,
Ooh,
and he
okay.
can help you guys like blast off.
That would be cool.
Yes, please.
That'd
Yeah,
be-
yeah,
Yeah, we're pecking at it, but that'd be cool.
sweet.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. The thing is still converting from the last one, and I'm like, oy vey. So it's like blocking my view. There we go. So you guys have these, right? This is yours. This is yours. This is not. Okay.
All right. Cool beans.
I can help this and done like that.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move this there, this here.
So we're, I'm excited. This is my first book club.
I said it's not a football.
Yeah.
Hey, honey,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good. I'm laughing at Tonks.
I'm gonna turn you down a little bit.
Okay,
Hang on, because we have a workshop in the other room.
okay, cool.
Um, where is it? Uh, wouldn't it be in settings?
Your business, my business.
I'm technically in reception.
Oh, here we go.
But that's just,
Huh.
my license. Do energy or.
I felt we feel that.
Oh, no, that's focus. Crap, where's the sound?
So that's my, everything that was that. And then,
Can you speak?
Hello.
Keep going.
I sent you a picture of Tonks because she's napping and it's really funny.
Is this a good volume?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Just that areas for science. Said I'll try everything. I used to be, but not. Someone's for date.
Okay. So we have here for our book club, Christina and April,
Hola, hola.
Jana. Wow, it's growing. Yay. And me.
Yay!
You want to mention the plant thing?
Oh, I mean, if you want to, I mean.
Oh, she brought the plant.
Oh, amazing! Yay! Thank you. I'm excited.
Welcome.
Let's see here. Get this up. Okay, so we're going to be focusing on the book Anna, Grandmother of Jesus by Claire Heartsong. So we're going over the chapters 1 through 30. Why? Because this is such a long read. We took 3 weeks on it. And so uh we're gonna essentially use the book as a guide to ask good questions and how it can connect to us, even though we've not read the book. Okay. Um, like I normally try to come up with some type of questions that can still apply to you, even if that's the case. So this one was a little interesting because of the fact that there's a storyline to it. And so just for the sake of everything, honey, you fully read the book, right?
Correct.
So we're going over the first 30 chapters. There's like another 4 hours to go on.
Okay.
So next week we're gonna be talking about the tale concepts. But can you give a synopsis of the book?
Oh, okay. It's a lot. Essentially, the woman Anna is a divine being that is, she lives over 600 years and goes through many initiations, many levels of ascensions and being in her light body. She has many missions and divine appointments on the earth. She definitely is priestess vibes. She, I mean, that's it goes through her life starting with where she first she kind of entered another person's body. They kind of like traded places in the beginning. There was um the woman was Hannah and she was giving birth, and Anna, it was they kind of swapped. Anna came in through her and stayed within in that body for this 600-year process. And so she went through different rites, and so she didn't age. There were ways to keep the body young, and had many children, many grandchildren over her whole lifetime. Um, and so she essentially starts with the first few hundred years and tells the story of how she became to be the grandmother of Jesus. She was Mary's mother. Um, and
I thought she was Joseph's mother.
no,
Okay, I was getting confused because sometimes when you're
she
listening to,
had Joseph of Arimathea
oh, right.
was her
Okay.
son.
There's a lot of Josephs in the book.
It's true. And Joseph of Arimathea played a very important role. He was huge with the funding part of things because he was a business. He went through all of the um a lot of the same initiations and trials and these sacred things, but he also was a very savvy businessman, had a lot of trade routes between there and the Middle East and into Ireland and the UK and that kind of thing. And so there was lots of, and he had trade routes into India. And so there's all of these, a lot of these people in this book went through many different initiations in many different places and learned so much of the sacred knowledge that has been lost. So I don't know if that gives a good enough synopsis or
It's a good starter. And actually, can you do me a quick favor?
sure,
Can you pull your chat GPT out
I can.
and can you ask it for a short synopsis? And we'll start the first question. And then put your magic on it, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah,
'Cause I feel like there's so much to this book, but we're gonna give a taste at least so that we
right.
can
That sounds good.
emerge.
Okay.
So the first question I have on here is, have you ever felt called to a purpose that felt bigger than your current life? How did you respond to that calling? Anyone?
I mean, yeah, my Kundalini blew up in the middle of trauma, and then I'm like, oh, my birthday's 111, and that means something. Oh, great. What can I just like be stable first? Like, this is a lot.
How about you?
Every day, every in every way. I just go with where I'm called. I've been called here. I've moved every place in the United States except 2 states, and
Wow.
I've not lived there, but I've been to,
Oh,
except for two, and
is
that's
that Alaska? Oh, you said
Alaska and
continent.
Hawaii.
Okay.
And I didn't call to go to those places. It's just where the Lord or the universe or my calling is going. And so where I've had my cousins growing up, I'm gonna be this when I grow up, I'm gonna be that when I grow up, and I'm like, I'm just going where I'm led.
Mm,
And so I'm led and I listen and I follow. And so
yeah.
I said, computers, okay, are the way of the future. I hadn't seen a computer in my whole life. I graduated high school in 79, never seen a computer. I said, I guess that's the way of the future. And so I went to become a computer programmer.
Wow.
So I guess that would be,
Yeah.
kind of a calling that led me down the path where that.
Mm.
And so,
Does that feel like, you know, that bigger,
it
you
was
know,
much bigger because it took me in many directions and opened a lot of doors for me
did it
that I didn't
feel,
even know were opening for me.
did it feel light or heavy or different? Just like, you know,
I felt light to
Light.
just to flow through them. Yeah,
Interesting.
so I was picked up. I felt many times, and this is my analogy,
Yeah.
that I was picked up, and this was God, Lord, universe, grabbed me by the back, napping my neck like a kitten, and popping me here and popping me there. And then when it was time for me to move, he just popped and picked me up again and dropped me again.
Mm.
And not afraid.
Yeah.
And just going. And just feeling I know that I'm protected. And I know I'm supposed to learn and help and guide others.
Mm.
So there's the bigger calling, I guess.
I love that.
That's really the true essence of it. Plus being an animal advocate.
Mm.
Helping animals wherever I go.
I love that. Honey, but what about you?
Yes. I pretty much have always felt like I have a big purpose and I'm still in the process of discovering that. But I think it also, it unfolds at different times in different ways. So like different aspects of things happened earlier in my life that have led me, on the path that I'm on currently. So, I feel like it's all unfolding in the time that it's supposed to, even though I get frustrated with that timeline sometimes. Um, and so, it's just about responding in the moment that in those deep knowing moments, like of, okay, yes, this is my next step. Um, so like right now, like specifically just coming up, it's just like, so we had a reading done with someone on Saturday. Like I know I have some major, like I always have known that I've known this for a very long time, that I have a lot of inner priestess energy that is going to be coming out. And I am that I feel like those knowings, those things are coming to the surface and will be coming more fully online soon. But knowing that I have a greater purpose to serve within that. Um, yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, I can definitely relate to this question wholeheartedly. When I came into this world, I was told I was everything but what I feel I am today.
Oh my gosh.
And so what's interesting is I would say if I had to ask myself when I truly knew myself to the greatest would be when I was a kid.
Mhm.
Because it was so clear to me, so clear. And I always had my granny, my aunts, everyone, my mom, like other people I'd meet. You have a large purpose in this world. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? You know? And, I would get downloads as a kid, just like these knowings.
Mm.
Like, I remember looking at myself in the mirror and seeing the face I see today.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, that's epic. And one of the downloads was like, you are going to move to Israel. And I did that. I literally was technically born to a Jewish father that lost our Jewish lineage, essentially. It was rediscovered by me asking questions.
Wow.
And then that led to converting. And at 6 years old, I initially asked my mom, hey, can I observe the Jewish holidays? Like, what? You're 6 years old, kid. Like, sure, whatever you'd like. But I always knew And the more that I go back into the heart of the child, I divulge more of what I remembered then. And it's not for like a past thing. It's more about like that heart of the child, like tapping into your truest potential, because the child is the dreamer.
Yeah.
The child is so intuitive if you allow that child to be that way. So I feel like this book really opens up to allow us to ask those deeper questions and explore those themes.
That resonated with me. I mean, so if I go back to the heart of the child and growing up as a child and stuff, obviously aliens and UFOs, it's always been with me since in astronomy and astrology since I was in second grade. I mean, I was attracted to it. And I did things in sixth grade when you didn't even hear about this stuff with a cassette recorder. And I went around interviewing people about UFOs and presented to the class. And so that was me. I was always the weird one out there doing that stuff. And so it is always, and I know I've seen ships even when I was like 4 or 5 years old. So they've always been with me. So
Yeah.
then I still don't have the whole thing understood, but as Jana said, it's coming to me and I'm being enlightened. But I know it has to resonate with my animals, a lot of it too, whatever, caretaker.
Yeah.
As well, I've done prison ministry before. So at Kairos, I've done that. And to the heart of the child, the thing that you do is you speak to others who are hurting, whether their spouse or it's for the women whose spouses or kids are incarcerated. So it's the women on the outside. And basically they ask you to reach to your inner child, and have your inner child come out and give you that strength that you had. Because you had that, when you're first younger, you have all that good juju, you have all that good energy, and you're going to do something, be something, and the knowing, but you don't know. You know, but you don't know why, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so they asked you to do that, and I had a real hard time with that. But once I broke that, it was like it kind of cracked the bottle inside once I started doing that ministry to open up and things started flowing. And I was with Baptists at that time. So I've got to study with all different religions too. That's one thing that the Lord's done. Spirit's done, popped me here, popped me there, popped me with Jehovah's and everything. So,
I can relate.
so it's awesome. It's awesome.
Wow.
Thank you because that opened that up.
Absolutely. Honey, do you have something?
Not really.
Okay. We'll do the synopsis at the end, I guess.
Oh, that. Okay, that's what you wanted. I didn't know if, okay, yes, I can do that. I've got that pulled up. Just a second.
Okay.
I was confused.
No, it's okay. I should have been more clear.
Okay. All right. So, Anna, Grandmother of Jesus by Clair Heartsong, is a metaphysical and spiritually expansive channeled text that tells the story of Anna, the grandmother of Yeshua, from her own perspective. In this book, Anna reveals that she lived for over 600 years through advanced spiritual practices and divine intention, acting as a key figure in the Essene community and in the preparation of Christ family lineage. The narrative weaves together ancient mystery school teachings, soul agreements, and multidimensional awareness, all framed within Anna's sacred mission to help birth and support the Christed energy on earth. It offers an empowering, divine feminine perspective on biblical history, delving into themes like reincarnation, conscious conception, sacred unions, and Earth's ascension timeline. The book is a blend of historical, mystical, and galactic information meant to awaken starseeds and lightworkers to their own soul purpose and spiritual heritage. It's basically like reading a spiritual memoir from a wise interdimensional grandma who's been holding it down for the whole planet for centuries.
Beautiful.
Love it.
I
So,
loved this book so much. Like it's so much
You're definitely
resonated.
gonna
So
go
many
read- I'm gonna
downloads
have to
and
go
quotes
read
in
it.
it.
you okay?
Oh, can you tell? Sorry. No, my whole body is like vibrating,
Right.
like chills, like
This is awesome.
Wow, the whole Essene thing, like that's coming back up and I'm like, oh my God, now I'm remembering, oh my God, oh my God.
No, it's okay.
Awesome.
So then we move into, what does the term divine lineage mean to you? Do you feel connected to any spiritual ancestry?
I just don't know what it is yet. I haven't,
Mm,
like she was saying, like she was always, doing different things as a kid, right? Interviewing about UFOs.
Yeah.
Like I was the kid on the playground, everyone was on the playground and I'm like 50 feet out in the sandbox picking crystals and like isolating
Awesome.
purest
I
crystals.
love it.
And it's like, what was I doing? But it's the starseed stuff, right? It's the crystal.
Lining it up, yeah.
There's something that was
The
always
attraction,
there.
you're
Well,
right.
I was on the playground after it rained in in like one of those yellow plastic swings, and it would rain, and I would put in like plants and different mud and different things to stir with a stick and do all of the, making my potions.
Yeah.
I was collecting crystals.
I was actually collecting pebbles in Michigan. It was always these, with the pudding stones, you know what those are, when they're
Oh,
fused together with the different ones, that call them pudding stones.
Mm.
Yeah,
so cool.
yeah,
I think my cousins used to like do that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so
Very
like,
cool.
I mean, lineage wise, I've been previewed to like past lives that I've had. And it's been known that when like you travel within your soul family, you know, and it feels like I feel like in this lifetime, I'm merging like two avenues of like divine lineages into one.
Mm.
From my mother's side, that was very Celtic, and connected to druidry and things like that. And my father's lineage, as I find out more, is more connected to Jewish lineage and even Sephardi lineage, like Spanish and Dutch. And it feels like those are coming together in this time
Love it.
and for a purpose. And I feel like it's still illuminating.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Alarm.
I feel like it's still illuminating. And I feel like it's okay not to know all the answers because those mysteries are only illuminated to you for their divine purpose when you are present.
Ready. Be present and ready.
Yeah. And so going down the rabbit hole of like, we have those moments and it's okay. Like it's part of our human experience, but really we're gonna have all of the answers as we just come immersed with our presence. And I feel like this book definitely teaches that, especially through the different initiations that are talked about. Like there's Egyptian initiations, Druid initiations.
It's amazing.
It's incredible. And today, yes, we may have certain type of mystery schools where you can actually partake down those avenues, but our experiences in life are truly initiations.
I agree. I totally do. So that, I mean, with divine lineage, I would have to go back to Jesus,
Mhm.
and I follow Jesus and basically has always been in my life and followed and thank you. And when I was with the Mormons, because I studied with the Mormons, I was in Salt
Baptist
Lake
Mormon.
City, Utah. And, it was basically one of the pictures that I took the prison ministry up in the Baptist from the Mormons was a picture of Jesus holding a girl, because it was for females and, being the daughter of Jesus.
Mm.
And it was a good healing picture for people that are seeking, so it's amazing. But I didn't know that's where it came from when I first had it, the picture. It wasn't like I knew where it was from, but the end result was it was from the Mormons that I took to the Baptists, which I love doing that stuff. I love being that networker, bringing that stuff together.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because there's good everywhere, you just gotta be able to bring it together.
Honey, would you like to share anything?
Sure. So, I mean, divine lineage to me, I think, like you were saying, it feels like it's a coming together of different, like, there's the soul lineage, like the remembrances of our own soul and those kind of things that are coming through. But then there's, again, the earthbound ancestry as well. That is, also divine. And so it's, um, I don't know. I feel like when we dig in deep, most of our lineage is divine in one way or another.
Hmm.
Um, it's, I feel like I'm very connected to different avenues, all over, like, and so it all comes back into play. Like, I know I have connections to ancient Egypt lineage. I know there's connections to the Essene lineage and all of that. But hi Matt. Um,
You guys have,
so
We're having a
what?
class in here and there's another workshop in there.
that's where Susan.
Yeah, that's what I was about to.
Excuse me, now.
You're okay.
So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. So we move into the next question. How do you define sacred preparation? In what ways do you prepare spirituality for new phases or roles in your life?
Mm.
Clearing.
Claire?
Yeah, ritual, ceremony.
Meditations, rituals, clearing, yes,
Prayer. Not
Prayer. prayer.
Surrender.
Mm.
Sitting.
And I wanna say alone time for me, being
Yeah.
alone time to do those things.
Time with
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Also, like for me, I definitely resonate with all of those answers. But also just like even teaching today's class or last night's class, I feel like I'm getting prepared to
Mm.
go and take a
Love it.
more leadership role
Yes.
and a more of a communicator. And you know, we don't necessarily always think about it like that, but there's like a sacred preparation that's happening. Like you're coming to classes for
Mhm. Yes.
some reason,
Oh, yeah,
like a
absolutely.
divine reason,
There is.
and
Yep.
you may not know all the answers yet,
Right.
but you're guided.
I am guided. It's in my DNA, it's in me, it's in my soul, it's all there. From my head to my toes.
And then like the other day, like, like you literally were like, I'm tuning in. I'm supposed to go here today. There's like,
Oh, yeah, when she popped around, yeah, she was telling me the story. That was amazing. I loved it. I
like
loved it.
in some
You were
ways,
guided.
I feel like there's that sacred preparation with like letting go and just allowing the universe to just
Well,
That's how I got, whoa,
yeah,
that's how I got
I
here.
love it.
And just funny note, you're wearing my birthday and the date that I met you right now.
wait.
Synchronicities.
Oh my gosh,
man.
right, yeah, 'cause of the-
Synchronicities. I did see
That's
the one,
funny.
and last night we had the same shirts on, so, or your shirt and your thing, which is great, right? For your phone, the mount.
Oh, right, yeah.
I love it. I love it. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Synchronicity as
So-
well. It was like that with Jana too. Like I was totally meant to.
Here
be
you go.
there.
Clap, clap, clap. See it, feel it, do it. Run it, run it, run it.
That sacred preparation
Yes, I love it.
is the divine synchronicity.
It is.
It's linking things up
so
for the day.
great.
And I
Divine
feel
synchronicity.
like right now we're in a time where it's just getting started.
Yep.
I feel like
No, I'm lighting up.
these synchronicities are just the beginning of what is about to be birthed on this planet.
This party started.
And I really feel like from a planetary perspective, Neptune and Aries
Mm,
is definitely
mm,
like,
it's very, that's why I brought it up earlier, yeah.
because like Neptune rules spirituality We're talking about Mystery School Book Club.
Mm.
And I launched this thing back in, well, let's go look here,
January or something.
February.
Okay,
I launched this thing in February and it's now getting started. Right after Neptune
We went-
enters Aries.
that's correct. Yep.
So it was like I had to hold space
Mhm.
for something
That's
to
big.
occur.
Mm.
Like if I would have just given up because no one showed up, I mean, every single week I was in here, I would put it on Zoom and, and here I have people to talk to. And the whole reason this idea even came into being was because of the fact that I wanted to listen to more books because I don't get a lot of time to
I
read.
love it.
So I said, I learn well with audio. So I'm gonna try to find books that are on Audible. And if people want to read, they can. If they want to listen, or if they just want to attend and soak up the codes. Oftentimes we read all these books or listen to these podcasts or whatever, and we don't get to ground in the information. We just keep going with it and listen to the next, to the next, to the next. And this club is all about taking that information and grounding it on the earth so we actually can use it for a greater purpose.
Good juju all the way around. Yes, yes.
So where are we at?
was getting major chills the whole time you were speaking. I
It's
could tell that meant so much.
The
to
wave,
you.
yeah, the wave.
Because I just want people to talk to, and thank you, honey, for showing up every single week just to talk to me on this subject.
It helps me too.
Okay.
Could you put the questions back up?
Huh?
The questions aren't up.
They're not?
No, could you put them back up, please?
That's weird because it's highlighted.
Oh, I'm not seeing them.
Can you scroll through and see?
No.
Okay, let me stop the share. And let me,
Oh, wait, okay. It's doing something new, so I think I could have seen it, but
there you go.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so have you ever felt like a keeper or holder of wisdom, whether ancient or modern? What form does that wisdom take? Hmm. Like you said, we have our soul journey. You've been soaking up information from our soul's perspective, our neshama. That's the Hebrew word for it. Since our conception as a soul.
Hmm. Wow, yeah.
And all our job is to remember.
Hmm.
And it's not by mistake that these are called the soles of our feet. They're activations every time we walk in a new area, anywhere. We're soaking up more soul information. It's pinging other things.
Through your network. That's cool.
That ties into how God was dropping you. Like,
Yeah,
now-
absolutely. I mean, that's what I see. It's like
Yeah.
boom, all over the place.
Soaking all the energy
Yeah.
up so you could go on and
That
help
was
other
it.
people.
And I can because I can network through the various groups. I
Yeah.
mean, I've done some very interesting things that people are like, you did that? I'm like, yeah. Like I told the Baptists in church one day about the Jehovah's and I challenged them to what the Jehovah Witnesses do. Because they were all talking about helping their community, but they talked about it every Sunday, never did anything. And then so I'm new when I went up there at the pulpit and I was like, innocently, though I wasn't ego, it was not ego, it was from heart centered. Why don't you ever try these sort of things, because this is what I see really works and it really does help people. Within 2 weeks, they had buses going and getting kids and bringing them in to feed them
Wow,
in the poverty areas up in the mountains.
it's amazing.
But it wasn't ego, it was definitely like innocent, from being dropped as a kitten all over the place. So, yeah.
Oh,
cool.
man.
Very cool.
It's amazing. Do you have anything to say on that matter?
I mean, I guess I think like we talked about, we are all keepers of sacred wisdom, whether we
Mm.
realize it or not. I feel like for me, a lot of times it comes in like connecting the dots between different things or helping people connect the dots or connect to different people. Um, I think it
We
takes
all
a lot
need
of different
yeah.
forms, that kind of wisdom.
Yeah, it's like we almost can activate each other sometimes with
Yeah.
certain words or energies or visuals.
Yeah.
So on that note, can we take a moment? You want to take a
Yeah.
moment and just tune in for something. Okay. We're the wisdom keepers, okay, of our, our own specific codes. Let's tune in. I'm going to take us through a little bit of breath work
Okay.
and see if a symbol that represents that information pops out.
Okay.
Are you down?
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a deep breath in, allowing our vessel to fill with light and exit any energies out that no longer serve us. White light in, next breath. Gray light out. White light in. White light out. White light in. A color of your choosing out. Allow yourself to take a step out of your body for a moment. Imagine your spiritual self looking over your shoulder. Allow for that spiritual self to just lay their hand on your shoulder. This is your guardian. It's just an aspect of you. Now we're going to ask that spiritual self to float above this room, creating some distance. That distance is going to increase. And you're going to see your physical self further and further away and being connected with the cosmos. Deep breath in to the cosmos energy. This is a place where you can fly, soak up information. This is the area where you can explore. Allow yourself to go into the stars, almost like a fly or some type of bird. Allow that higher self to grab a star for you. It's going to zoom it down to your physical self. Take a deep breath in to allow for this to occur. Take a few moments. Allow for your soul to explore. When you're ready, allow for yourself. Come back to this physical plane in this lifetime. Just put that hand upon your shoulder once more. With your other hand, give yourself that star that's going to turn into a symbol. Notice and feel its energy. Thank yourself for retrieving this ancient and galactic wisdom that you've always had. And thank them for allowing you to remember it. When you're ready, awaken to this new wisdom with its symbol. When you're ready, wiggle your hands, your toes, circling your neck. Allow yourself to awaken this now moment. How did it feel for y'all?
It was amazing. Took me a while to get up there, but then I did. It started out with a dandelion, like a puffy dandelion, when I was touched on my shoulders.
Oh,
That's
cool.
what it looked like for the, the ones that aren't dandelion anymore, they're gonna be whisked away.
Yeah.
That part of the dandelion.
Oh, cool.
And then basically took me up and out. It was white and yellows and whites. I couldn't get to the purple, and then there was like a screen across it. And then when you said go ahead and reach out to a star, and then it was like a little skinny opening to get to the star. And we did get the star and brought it back down.
Wow.
But you want me to hold what the symbol is, or do you want me to share what the symbol is? And tell others.
That is up to you.
It was the Star of David.
Wow. That's interesting.
It was clear.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What does that represent for you?
I don't know. Spirituality, definitely. And I'm
So,
watching David and Goliath.
truth.
But
So, like that's right there, that intention,
Yeah.
you can choose at, later to go in
Yeah.
and explore
yeah, absolutely.
that wisdom.
there's a lot to it, so it's not, there's too much to even go into, and I cry all the time, by the way, 'cause I'm a natural empath. I'll do sessions and I'll be crying, but it just happens, ask Jane, ask the girl. Just part of, I get my kid's report card, I'd be talking to the teacher and I start crying, I'm like, really? Cause that's all me.
Wow.
So it was super clear, I'm like, okay, thank you. I know I've got some more work to do here, and I thank you for the symbol, though, I'm honored.
Thank you. Does anyone else want to share?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the symbols. That's interesting. You saw the Star of David because I don't think I have Jewish heritage, but I saw a double-sided golden menorah. And then I saw, it wasn't the Star of David, it was the 3D version of it.
Like a Merkaba.
Merkaba.
Oh, wow.
And they were both gold. And
Wow.
I couldn't leave my body. I have a problem with like when I try to imagine it,
Mhm.
it blocks me out. And then I have this like electrical
Mm.
blockage where my neck will just start like, I can tell the current's not shooting straight up and out. It's like getting stuck at my occiput here. So I've got some clearing that needs to be done there, but I did see a lot of purple.
Okay.
And then when the star revealed itself, it was actually the golden center sun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
So that's interesting that you have the Jewish heritage and she saw the Star of David and I saw
We're
the
traveling
the
together.
Merkaba and the menorah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It's really, I've never seen anything
Me
like that.
neither.
That's so cool.
We got some vibes, man.
And no, because we still have another session of this next week. If anything comes through, like this is the Mystery School Book Club, okay? If we have codes for each other, if something comes through that you feel guided to share, or even in the middle of the week, feel free to.
I'm curious if Jaina got anything. I know she did.
So yeah, and it's actually something that has come through actually last week when we were in St. Augustine. So we did some investigations and we did some, some of the ghost tours and that kind of thing. And one of the places that we went, I very clearly saw it was a violet light triangle on a door, and there was an eye in that as well. And I only saw it for like 30 seconds. Um, saw it with my naked eye. It wasn't like it's like looked like it was on the door as I looked at it. But then that came through in a reading we did on Saturday as well with someone. And so what I very clearly saw again was it was the star that I grabbed was that violet color. Um, and I saw an eye in the center of it again. And so it feels like I'm not sure what that represents yet, but it feels like there's some things opening up in that regard.
It feels connected to healing and the Egyptian culture.
Yeah, I feel that too.
That's literally what just came through as you were speaking.
Mhm.
I feel
Um,
that too, and it's interesting because like I sat down to eat some lunch and I just put on something on YouTube that I came across and it was all about the Temple of Hathor in Dendara that was found a few hundred years ago, but it's all about Hathor was like the mother, mother goddess. But also, I think, honey, I wanted to talk to you about this because like there's the Dendara zodiac and the decans, there's 36 gods and goddesses that each decan represents.
hmm.
So like I just found that fascinating. So it all feels connected.
That feels like something we can explore during an astrology lab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
What came through to me, which was interesting, was like this. You put it, I need a piece of paper. Keep doing this. Or here,
You've got some printer paper. Oh,
let's do this.
yeah.
So it looked like this. Let's see. And it felt like the Dead Sea Scrolls were in it. That's
Okay.
the symbol that like came
Mm.
like it looked like a clay pot, like a
Okay.
clay,
Yeah.
and it felt like I felt like archaeological kind of energy and um like red clay kind of feel like it was like I could feel it, I could touch it,
Hmm.
and that there were like codes. And I will tell you, when I was in Israel for the 2 years I was there, I went to the Dead Sea twice. And in those areas, I mean, I got to go see where the Dead Sea Scrolls are kept, like what they have, like the museum. But when I was heading towards there, I kept seeing these caves that I felt like there were people in them. Like I could sense it.
Okay.
And they were in the middle of nowhere,
Hmm.
like in the desert. And I'm like, I felt like it was connected to that, and like I'd been there before, you know? And so like I feel like I want to like do another meditation that's connected to that,
Yeah.
because I feel like my soul wants to awaken to that wisdom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's interesting, like the
I love it.
different the
Yes.
theme that's going on here.
I know, there is a big theme going on here. And that's the time too for the theme to be going on.
Right? So essentially I'm gonna do one more question. Is that okay?
Okay.
And whatever, we can continue next week.
Okay.
Um, in many spiritual traditions, the feminine is honored as a source of creation and healing. What does the divine feminine mean to you personally?
I'm looking at Jaina.
Yeah, no, I got pulled over here too. I'm like,
I'm like,
Gosh.
she's got it.
Yeah, I was going there too. I was like going there too. I was like, it's not hitting here right now.
Um, I think the divine feminine for me right now is all about rediscovering what that really means, because so much of it has been lost in history. It's like we're in the age of Aquarius, we are rediscovering the divine feminine is coming back to the surface. Old temples to Aphrodite, temples to Hathor, temples to Isis are being rediscovered in this time period. And so, it is all about like the creation. It's about intuition. It's about remembering that divine wisdom, that nurturing part of ourselves, and remembering the power that we have within that. Um, yeah, I don't know how to break it down more. Like, I'm very passionate about this subject, but it's like speaking it out is into words is a little more difficult.
so I kind of want to speak on this one. I, I earlier, like a few years ago, maybe like 7 years ago now, I created this one kind of name, business, whatever, called Shakina Soul Healing Expressions. The soul, S, healing, H, expressions, E, she.
Wow.
It just came to me, and it feels like, it was all having to do with my art. And because I had gotten these downloads after taking my Orasoma initiations, um, I color was just flowing through me like music. It was incredible. And the fluidity of how, like, I use pastels, and I would create these art pieces that would just be channeled through me. And I think about the concept of Shekinah. Shekinah is the divine feminine aspect of Hashem, the creator, from a Jewish perspective. And we, like, it was said that when the Israelites were going through the desert, you know, and like and everything, that the Shekinah was almost like this divine cloud that would just follow them. It was a divine protection. It was their intuition. It was their insight. And it was just there for them to tap into. And I like the symbolism of the cloud because it's like, I don't know, sometimes I need a visual, but really that cloud in some ways feels like that is actually within, you know, not just over the head, but like swirling within. And that's the mystery of the Shekinah. You don't know what to expect. It is the unknown.
Mhm.
It's not the calculated. It's pure expression. It's pure flow, fluidity. And so like, you know, like we all have a divine masculine and divine feminine within us. It wouldn't work if we just had one or the other.
True.
And, you know, I've spent really my whole life balancing these energies because we need a healthy balance of the divine feminine and divine masculine for us to truly harness our energy and flow properly on this earth. Now, do I have that down? No. It's a lifelong thing, you know? Oh, it's a so long
So
thing.
long journey.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I feel like in this incarnation, I've gotten to new depths, which is awesome. I don't know, just felt like sharing
Very
that.
cool. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. I totally could understand and resonate with what you were sharing. So, yeah.
Do either of you want to share anything?
Gratitude.
So we're about getting it to that hour mark. And so I just want to say thank you guys for um, you know, coming,
We
participating.
appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the book now, right? Aren't you?
Yeah.
We gotta go get it.
I'm gonna go to the bookstore now.
I'm there.
So I'm actually going to show you on here and on the, hang on, let me see here. Mr. School Book Club. Yeah, finally have it. So I'm going to put it up on here so anybody who's seeing, and then I'm going to bring the paper over here so that we know what's coming up. Prepare. Sacred preparation, right?
Dun, dun, dun.
So next week we're gonna continue with Anna, Grandmother of Jesus by Claire Heartsong. And probably do the second half. You know, there's a lot of good content
Oh,
in
yeah,
there.
absolutely.
And then after that, we do a book that you can find on Amazon. It is what do you call it? It's on Audible and it's on Kindle and it's a physical book. It's actually from so when I lived in Jerusalem, my friends and mentors lived upstairs and they wrote a book called Size of Your Dreams. So it's like a 4 hour listen, I think. No, sorry, 6.5 hour listen. And it really helped me put things into motion, like for that inspired action kind of deal. And I don't know if you noticed this, but when you look through it, there's actually a theme that correlates astrologically with the themes of the books. Eventually, you might notice it. So, so we have the size of your dreams after that, and then there's another one called the Druid Path. So
Okay.
as we approach Taurus season, we're gonna get more into the earth. And yeah, I'm just gonna mention, the next three essentially
All right,
to kind of give you a perspective of where we're heading.
all right.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you guys enjoy it today?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Even though you didn't read the book, you can still get a lot out of
We
it.
got it, and this
Yeah.
was our first book club, both of us, so initiation, right?
I have never done a book club in my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've never attended one,
Yeah.
which is the funny thing. So I was like, I'm just gonna, whatever.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Well, this was on my things to manifest this week. I said, I'm gonna join a book club, and then here you
Look at it.
That's funny.
go. Isn't
I
it?
love all of this. I love her synchronicities here. It's amazing.
Yeah, and on the list also was to learn astrology. So, I mean.
Yeah.
Capricorn, you're getting it done.
Yeah.
Better do something.
This is awesome. I'm so happy you're here with us. It's great.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Thank you, Jana.
Bye, guys.
Thank you,
Have a
honey.
good
Love
day.
you.
Tonky tonk wherever you are.
And
I sent Catriel a picture. I'm gonna show April the picture of Tonks that I sent you because it's really amusing. And
okay,
she's still in
I
that
will.
same position. So
Cool.
And for anyone out there who wants to join, go to R3 Miracles, go to the Mystery School Book Club, and you can get the link.
There we go.
bye.
Yep.